I looked up some more information about my bestie Wesley and her job with Blackstone. So she became the CEO of Breit, B-R-E-I-T, in January of 2025. She has started 176 LLCs in her time there since 2014, but mostly this year. That screams shell corporations, right? My guess is that each one of these properties, they're setting up an LLC for every single one of them. There's different reasons why they might be doing that. Here's the players. We got Wesley, her number 2 guy. His name is Giovanni, and he used to work with her at Goldman Sachs and now also works at Blackstone. And he is like a professional gentrification guy. He will make your neighborhood white and walkable. All of her employment dates for these LLCs, they were started and ended the same day. Like the filing will say June 30th, 2025, ended June 30th, 2025. Her and Giovanni are buying up this land one by one, and none of it ever looks like. Basically, they're doing a monopoly, but they won't be called for a monopoly because every single piece they're buying up is its own business. They also purchased GLP's US logistics portfolio. And the biggest chunk of that deal was Amazon warehouses. That deal made Blackstone the largest owner of warehouses in the US, and a lot of those are leased to Amazon. They take money from investors and they use it to buy apartment buildings, warehouses, hotels, single-family homes, neighborhoods. They break up everything into tiny shell companies. They take the rent, they take the fees, they up your rent, they up your fees. They do a bad job taking care of your house. They charge fees to manage it off, plus their 30% for managing these assets for their shareholders. They block withdrawals to 2%. They pause redemptions, meaning you can't get your money back. They fake assets to avoid panic because it's a private company and they can say that anything's valued at whatever they want it to be valued at. This is not illegal. It's just very shady. They got in trouble in 2022 and 2023 because they gave out more money than they had in profits. Between their shareholder payments and their executive pay and their bonuses and all of that, it was more money than they profited, which is a huge red flag. What they're supposed to do is be a middle space, and they get a 10% fee for being like the bank, right? They're the middleman 2 years in a row. So they're all getting paid. Their investors get like a minimal return, and everyone that's on the housing side of it or on the rent side of it gets fucked. Anyway, why would someone want to get rid of this chick? She was put in as the CEO this year after that entire shenanigans happened. When they run out of investors, this whole thing's gonna crumble, and they have 100 billion, probably more than that, because they have so many shell companies in portfolios that if it goes down, if something major is coming. A real estate collapse, a mass investor lawsuit, a DOJ investigation. She signed all of the internal transfer documentations. She filed for all of the LLCs. She knows all of the insider things that they're doing. I think this was an inside job because I also looked up our friend Shane Tamara, who was living with his parents in Las Vegas. They have a very nice house. He had a private investigator license in Nevada and in California. He worked at a casino as a security guard. And the only weird thing I found about him was his parents bought their house from this other guy named Henry. And Henry was their neighbor when they lived in California, but they bought the house in Las Vegas from Henry. And everything Henry owns is under like a Henry trust. I know some people do that for the same reasons rich people do it, but everything he owns is in a trust. And also, Henry owns a 2013 BMW 5 Series, and I'm pretty sure Shane was supposedly driving a BMW as well, so that was weird. Also, I have the VIN number of the BMW if anyone wants to look it up, but I didn't want to pay for the Carfax because it was $40, so I didn't. I have so many names and like companies to look up, but I do not have time to do that right now. But like, I feel like maybe like something else is going on with Blackstone and they're cutting the rug out from under it to keep everybody quiet. It's getting murkier, isn't it? Anyway, it's Wednesday. Have a great day. Bye.